Hopefully it is working. Here we go. I don't want that. No. Let me make sure it is live. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to another stream. I am going to be going over my thoughts, or my final thoughts on Big Brother 26. And also Canva is down right now, so I wasn't able to save my thumbnail to change. So that's why it has a thumbnail from earlier today. Anyways, I was going to do this as part of tomorrow's stream, but wait, I might be able to get saved now. Let me see. It looks like it is saving, or downloading at least. So let me see if I can change that real quick. Details. I think it's good. Okay, that's great. I'm just using the last thumbnail I had for Big Brother 27. I'm not going to make or Big Brother 26. I'm not going to make a whole new thumbnail just for this one-off stream. Let's see. I'm going to check and make sure it is on now. Okay. So, yeah, as I mentioned earlier today, I was going to do this as part of my stream tomorrow when we get the cast for Big Brother 27, but I figured it'll be a lot easier to just do a quick stream tonight and go over my thoughts on it, and then start on a new leaf with Baby 27 cast tomorrow. So we are going to start with the cast again in a second. As we do know, we have 5 of the 16 people for Big Brother 27. I'll go ahead and share them again. I know I've shared them the past 3 streams now, but it's always cool to have them, I guess. So again, we have Ashley Hollis, we have Catherine Woodman, Zach Cornell, Isaiah Frederick, and Vince Pinaro. Yeah, that's the first 5 that we saw in a promotion for Big Brother 27. We'll see the rest of the cast tomorrow. Anyways, let's get into the Baby 27 cast, or 6 cast, sorry. I was talking about it a little bit earlier, then I had to go do something, so I wasn't able to finish it. But we will do that now. Let me open the gallery here, and then switch over. Switch over. There we go. Okay. So, Big Brother 27, or 6. Getting the numbers mixed up already. Yep. Here's the cast, full cast. Cam, T-Core, Rubina, Cedric, Joseph, Chelsea, Matt, Brooklyn, Mackenzie, Chemo, Lisa, Kenny, Tucker, Leah, Quinn, and Angela. So we have Angela. She was one of the most iconic members of the season. She's like the flagship member, I feel like. She's Angela. What else do I need to say? I mean, clearly. She was definitely the best person entertainment-wise. And it's also nice to have age diversity in casts. So I was excited to see her and Kenny on, but I'll talk about Kenny a little bit later. Also, I am going to talk again about that draft I did and what placement they got, or picked. So as I said earlier, I did talk about Angela earlier, but Angela was 8th pick overall from 17 people, including Ainsley. Then we have Brooklyn. Brooklyn was actually undrafted because we had a like whatchamacallit. We thought there was gonna be a 17th house guest, but then it turned out to be Ainsley. So she was originally undrafted, but she went to the person who had Ainsley, or the 17th spot, once we found out Ainsley was fake. So she got Brooklyn. Also, Brooklyn, there wasn't too much around her this season, or last season. The only main thing I remember about her is that she's a mother and she ate Angela's charcuterie. That's all I remember about Brooklyn. Cam. Cam made it to the final three. He was a pretty chill guy. Not too entertaining, but not boring either, in my opinion. Did like him. He could have been a little bit better strategically, I feel like, but he also did alright, I think. I thought I had a prediction from last season, but I can't find it. Maybe it's in another stream. I'll have to check in a second. But Cam won as the 9th pick overall. So right in the middle with Angela. Then we had Cedric. He was very entertaining. I really liked Cedric. He was gone too soon, in my opinion. Hopefully, we'll be able to see him on Big Brother again sometime. But it won't be for a while because he's going to be on the challenge. He'll be on the challenge season 41 or is it 42? I don't remember. I don't keep up the challenge that much. But, yeah, he was, let me see, 12th pick overall. So I expected him to be higher, but I guess people probably thought he was a little too young. I don't know. Seems like, because he was 21, I think, when he went on Big Brother. That seems like fans don't really like younger people. Anyways, we have Chelsea next. She was amazing, entertaining, strategic. Of course, she won the season, and I liked her the whole time, and she got pretty good at it too on the show. Let's see. Trying to find her draft spot. She was actually drafted in the 7th spot, 7th overall pick. So, yeah. Here's Chelsea. Also, we haven't had anyone on my team yet. Or from my team. Ah, poop. Nope, get back. Okay, Joseph. We have the first person from my team, or that was on my team. Joseph, I had high hopes for him in the preseason. Sadly, he wasn't shown too much on TV. I really enjoyed him, but on the feeds, not too much to say about him because he didn't have a huge part in the season. He was 6th pick overall. He was my 2nd pick. Yeah. Then we had Kenny. Kenny was the 16th pick overall. I was excited to see that we had age diversity when he was announced, but also he was pretty controversial preseason, mostly because of his job. People don't like cops. But, yeah. I thought he might be interesting on the season, but he ended up being kind of boring and wanted to quit every few minutes, it felt like. But as I said, he was 16th pick overall. Chemo. He was very enjoyable throughout the season. Great character. He did have some pretty good ideas, but he never, pulled them off. well. Same with T-Core. They pretty much rode together. The only thing, if I can remember correctly, that they pulled off was the Cedric vote. Is that it? Or maybe it was another blindside vote, but yeah, that was a pretty good move. It's amazing to see a lot of different um, representation on the show. First Native Hawaiian. Um, he was part of the LGBTQ, so that's all we um, have about him. Also, he did win a few. Um, did he win two? I think he won the um, AI Arena twice, or was it once? But I don't remember. We had Leah. Um, so I actually had really low hopes for Leah. I don't know why. Like, she just didn't stand out for me on the preseason. But she was fourth pick overall. That was the most shocking thing to me, I think. And especially, excuse me, during preseason. Um, she did have a few good moments, but still didn't really stand out to me throughout the season. She did make it to the jury though, so that's good. Next, Lisa, another one I wasn't a huge fan of during the preseason. Um, did have an iconic moment with Angela, um, copying Angela, or Angela copying her walk, whatever, and also the glitter. She was obsessed with glitter. Um, but I honestly can't remember too much about Lisa. She did win the first Power of Veto. Um, but she was evicted third or second. Yeah, she was second. Anyways, Lisa was the 13th pick overall. Next we have Mackenzie. She was actually my last pick, 14th pick overall. She was on my team. I didn't have any huge hopes for her in the preseason, but like I just picked her because I don't know. I can't even remember, but I know during the preseason I was having a hard time remembering her and her name, but she definitely stood out a lot more during the show. Um, I didn't like her in the first few weeks, but then she grew on me. She was pretty good at competitions. She didn't have any votes casted against her at all, and she didn't have any votes for her at all. So that was kind of funny, but yeah, it's crazy to think that she was almost the last pick. She was in the last round, and then she made it to the final two of the season. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know why my screen's like dark for some reason. Okay, there we go. Yep, Mackenzie. Matt. So, this is kind of crazy. Matt was first pick overall in the whole draft. So it's kind of opposite of Mackenzie. Like, he was the first pick overall and he got eliminated first, and Mackenzie was one of the last picks and made it all the way to the end. It's kind of funny. I did have a lot of hopes for him preseason, but that really didn't live up to anything. Yeah, I wasn't huge on him, but since he was in the house, we did get the big Crazy Odds explosion. That was iconic. Glad about, or thankful for that. One of the best moments of the season last season. Quinn. Quinn was my first pick overall. He was my winner pick. Or not my first. He was my first pick, but he was second pick overall. I had really high hopes for him. I thought he was going to be extremely athletic, smart, I thought he had it all. I thought he was going to win the game. He has an amazing personality, one of the best of the season. Um, but yeah, I was sad when he got evicted or not pre-jury. He was the first jury member, but I felt like we could have had a lot more from him. And I hope we get to see him on our screens again sometime soon. Next, we have Rubina. She was the last person on my team. Actually, she was drafted third into my team, but she's the last one that we're seeing. Um, I just really enjoyed her preseason. Didn't know how far she was going to go, so that's why I didn't draft her sooner. She had an amazing personality. Sadly, during the show, she didn't get a huge edit until like a few weeks in. But there's a lot of episodes where she had like one diary room confessional or zero. There's a lot of episodes that she had zero in the beginning, and a lot of people forgot she wasn't even in the house. But she finally made her mark, and I'm glad that I had her on my team. We had the iconic romance between her and Tucker. That was great. Next, we had T-Core. T-Core was the 5th pick overall. I enjoyed T-Core a lot. She didn't have the best moves, like strategically or anything. Like I said with Chemo, they had a lot of plans together, but they didn't execute them most of the time. She was entertaining, though. A lot of people thought she was boring for some reason. I don't know why. They clearly weren't watching the feeds, I don't guess. But, yeah. T-Core, great person. And finally, the cast-wise, we had Tucker. Another one of the biggest characters of the season. He had some pretty good strategy. Sadly, he was eliminated in the pre-jury. He did really like puzzles. But sadly, a puzzle was what took him out. If he didn't win, or if he won that AI arena puzzle, he would have probably made it to the jury. But that didn't work out. That was one of the saddest evictions of the season, in my opinion. I love Tucker. He made the game so much more interesting. You never knew what he was going to do. Big Brother's motto is expect the unexpected, and he made everyone expect the unexpected. Like, he made the show, like, stay true to its words. He used the veto on Angelo when he was on the block. It was just, he was iconic. And I definitely want to see him again on Big Brother at some point. He definitely needs a different or another chance. And I would like to see him at least make it to the jury. But I think he could make it a lot farther than that too. Tucker was the 3rd pick overall in the draft. So, yeah. That's Tucker. And that is the full cast of Big Brother 27 or 6. We will have the cast of Big Brother 27 tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. Let me see here. I'm going to switch y'all back to the slideshow real quick. And I'm actually going to do a brand still simulation with these people. One last brand still. That used to be a big thing on my channel. I'll do brand stills for like Big Brother and Survivor. And I think it'll be fun to just do one last simulation with this cast. It's also something we'll probably do for the next season as well. Probably tomorrow. Maybe the next day. I'm not sure when I'll do it, but we will see. Random cast. Let's see, Big Brother 26. I can't believe we're getting the Big Brother 27 cast tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. Anyways, let me get back here and get y'all back on the thing. There we go. Big Brother 27 or 26. This is the last time I'll have to get confused about that for a while until we get to the 28th season, and then I'll probably be talking about 27. Whatever. We're going to randomize all of the attributes and abilities. We will make the jury 7. Yeah, I think that's how it was in real life. And I will be playing with the simulator, deciding it all. I'm not going to read off all the alliances, but here are the 5 we're starting with. We do have what looks to be a final 2 between Lisa and Rubina, and 1 between Cam and Tikor. Let's see who wins the first head of household. It comes down to Mackenzie, Rubina, and Leah. Leah's 3rd, then Mackenzie, and Rubina wins the first head of household. She puts up Cedric and Chemo. Okay. Actually, I'm going to turn on reasoning too. Cedric, I do not like you at all. Also, Chemo, I dislike you. So that's definitely not realistic. Her and Chemo had a pretty strong alliance throughout the season, if I remember correctly. We have the veto ceremony, or selections. Kenny, Lisa, and Quinn. Comes down to Chemo, Quinn, and Kenny. Chemo's 3rd. Quinn wins the first head of household. Or power veto, sorry. Cedric gives a long speech, and Chemo makes a joke for a speech. Quinn does not use the power of veto. I like you both, but I have to do what's best for my game. Quinn has decent relationships with both nominees, but not enough to save them. Cedric is no reaction, and Chemo is unfazed. Okay, Chelsea and Joseph bond well. Tikor holds a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house. Brooklyn irrationally lashes out at Kenny. And a banner flies over saying Chemo is not to be trusted. We have the first eviction of the season. We have Angela voting for Chemo. Brooklyn votes for Cedric. Cam for Chemo. Chelsea for Chemo. Joseph for Chemo. Kenny for Chemo. Leah for Cedric. Lisa for Chemo. Mackenzie for Cedric. Matt for Chemo. Quinn for Chemo. Tikor for Chemo. And Tucker for Chemo. Okay. So by a vote of 10 to 3, Chemo is the first evicted of the simulation. So far, we have 1 head of household, which was Rubina, and 1 power veto winner, Quinn. We have the alliances. Alliance 3, the final 2 between Lisa and Rubina has dissolved. Let's go to the next head of household. It comes down to Quinn, Cam, and Kenny. Cam finishes 3rd. Then Kenny, and Quinn wins the head of household. He is already shaping up to be the comp beast this season, winning 2 in the first 2 weeks. He puts up Rubina and Brooklyn. Rubina, I do not like you at all. Also, Brooklyn, I dislike you. Rubina has no reaction. Brooklyn does not want to be nominated, but understands. Okay. We're going to draw for head of veto selections. Sorry. Quinn draws House Guest Choice and selects Tucker to participate. Quinn has the best relationship with Tucker. Rubina draws Kenny to participate, and Brooklyn draws Cedric to participate. Okay. Comes down to Rubina, Kenny, and Tucker. Kenny's 3rd, then Rubina, and Tucker wins the Golden Power veto. He's likely not going to use it, I don't think. Yep. He will not be upset to see either of them leave. He has negative relationships with both of them. Rubina has no reaction, and Brooklyn is very upset. This is definitely not realistic. Tucker and Rubina dated for a while, so it's kind of crazy. Especially in the house, they were together a lot. Chelsea and Brooklyn bond. The ego, the ego of Matt is rubbing the house the wrong way. The pressure of the game gets to T-Core, leading to a public emotional breakdown. Tucker and Matt bond slightly, and Angela tells a heartfelt story about why she needs the money. That seems like Angela. Okay. Rubina and Brooklyn face an eviction. Rubina gives a casual speech, and Brooklyn says she's a loyal player. Let's see the votes. Angela votes for Brooklyn. Cam votes for Rubina. Cedric votes for Brooklyn. Chelsea votes for Rubina. So far it's tied. Joseph votes for Brooklyn. Kenny votes for Brooklyn. Leah votes for Rubina. Lisa votes for Brooklyn. Mackenzie votes for Brooklyn. Matt votes for Rubina. T-Core votes for Brooklyn. And Tucker votes for Rubina. Okay. Brooklyn is evicted 7-5. Alright. Will we have another head of household by Rubina? Will we get someone completely new? Or will Tucker win a second competition? Let's see. Alliances, they all stay the same except for Alliance 4 between Cam and T-Core. Okay. Head of household. Kenny finishes last, then Cedric. I'm not going to read that actually. Comes down to Leah, Angela, and Tucker. Tucker finishes third, then Angela, and Leah wins the head of household. Leah begins the nomination ceremony. She puts up Matt and Cedric. Matt, the two of us dislike one another. I'll say Cedric, I dislike you. Matt is too angry to speak, and Cedric has no reaction. Okay. Leah as head of household. Matt and Cedric as nominees will participate in the power of veto. Leah draws T-Core to participate. Matt draws house guest choice and selects Lisa to participate. And Cedric draws Tucker to participate. Okay. Cedric finishes last in the veto. Then Matt. Then Lisa. Comes down to Tucker, T-Core, and Leah. Leah finishes third. Then Tucker and T-Core wins the golden power of veto. Matt says he's less of a challenge threat than Cedric, and Cedric gives a casual speech. T-Core does not use the power of veto. I like you, Cedric, but I would like to see Matt leave, and we'll keep nominations the same to accomplish that. T-Core has a distant relationship with Cedric, but dislikes Matt. Matt wanted to be safe, but understands, and Cedric has no reaction. Okay. Matt attempts to blame and call out Quinn for certain actions in the house, and how Quinn deserves to leave. Not Cedric. Chelsea opens up to Cam by sharing a personal story. Lisa holds a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house. It is well received. And T-Core and Joseph bond. Okay. Matt and Cedric face eviction. They give speeches about why they should stay. I am less than a challenge threat than Cedric. Cedric gives a short speech to get the voting. Angela. Of course she votes to evict Matt. That makes sense. Cam votes to evict Cedric. Chelsea votes for Matt. Joseph votes for Cedric. Tied. Kenny votes for Matt. Lisa votes for Cedric. Mackenzie votes for Cedric. Quinn votes for Matt. Rubina votes for Cedric. T-Core votes for Matt. And Tucker votes for Cedric. 6-5. Cedric is evicted from the Big Brother house. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting Matt to go. But okay. It's now time for the week 4 alliances. we have one between Angela and Joseph, one between Angela, Cam, and T-Core, then another between Chelsea, Kenny, and Lisa. Okay. The fourth head of household of the season comes down to Mackenzie, Rubina, and Kenny. Kenny finishes third. Then Rubina and Mackenzie wins the head of household. Okay. Mackenzie has nominated Kenny and Joseph. Kenny, I do not like you at all. Also, Joseph, I dislike you. Kenny is slightly upset, but Joseph is unfazed. Let's see. 1 second. Mackenzie is head of household, and Kenny and Joseph as nominees will participate in the power of veto. Mackenzie draws Leah to participate. Kenny draws Angela to participate. And Joseph draws Tucker to participate. Okay. Who's going to win the veto? It comes down to Angela, Joseph, and Tucker. Tucker's third, then Joseph, and Angela wins the golden power of veto. Will Angela use it? Kenny and Joseph state why they should be saved using the veto. Kenny, I am a lower player. Joseph, I am less of a challenge threat than Kenny. Okay. Angela uses the power of veto on Joseph. I hope you return the favor if I'm in this spot next week. Angela is in alliance with Joseph. Kenny wishes Angela decided differently. Of course he does. Joseph is thankful towards Angela. Mackenzie names T-Core as the replacement. T-Core, I don't like you at all. T-Core starts yelling at Mackenzie. Final nominations are Kenny and T-Core. Joseph attempts to blame and call out Quinn for certain actions and how he deserves to leave. Why does everyone hate Quinn? Cam flips the mattress on the bed of T-Core. Tucker. Tucker irrationally lashes out at Mackenzie. Okay. Kenny's speech is, I'm a lower player. T-Core gives a long speech. Okay. The votes. Angela votes for Kenny. Cam votes for Kenny. Chelsea votes for T-Core. Joseph votes for Kenny. Leah votes for Kenny. Lisa votes for Kenny. Matt votes for Kenny. Quinn votes for T-Core. Rubina votes for Kenny. And Tucker votes for Kenny. Okay. By a vote of 8-2, Kenny is evicted. He walks out of the house calmly. Okay, we had the first 4 people evicted from the Big Brother house. 3 out of 4 were actually pre-jury in real life. Let's see what happens next. Alliance. We don't have any changes in alliances. Chelsea finishes last in the head of household. Comes down to Tucker, Cam, and Matt. Cam finishes third, then Matt, and Tucker wins the head of household. Tucker nominates Cam and Mackenzie. Cam, I don't like you. Mackenzie, I also dislike you. Cam is too angry to speak, and Mackenzie's unfazed. Have the power of veto selections. Tucker draws Quinn to participate in the veto. Cam draws Angela to participate. And Mackenzie draws Chelsea to participate. Okay. Quinn finishes last. He tried to throw the challenge for some reason. Comes down to Chelsea, Angela, and Tucker. Tucker finishes third, then Chelsea and Angela wins another power of veto. Let's see what she chooses. She chooses to use the power of veto on Cam. I hope you return the favor if I'm in the spot next week. Angela is in alliance with Cam. Cam is thankful towards Angela. Mackenzie wishes Angela chose differently. Tucker names Matt as a replacement. Matt, I don't like you. Matt glares at Tucker. Okay. That is crazy. The showmance is on the block together. Week 5. One of them will be leaving. Quinn and Chelsea have a heated argument. Mackenzie and Cam bond extremely well. Rubina makes an effort to improve relationships in the house. Lisa holds a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house. It is well received. Tucker finds Joseph creepy and tells the other house guests. Okay. Matt and Mackenzie face eviction. Matt gives a short speech to get to voting, and Mackenzie makes a joke for a speech. They're not taking it seriously at all. Angela votes for Matt, of course. Cam votes for Matt. Chelsea for Matt. Joseph for Mackenzie. Leah for Mackenzie. Lisa for Matt. Quinn for Matt. Rubina for Matt. And Tucker for Matt. Or T-Core for Matt. I don't know why I always see Tucker and T-Core and I just mix them up in my brain. The words, not the people. That's like... My brain just reads Tucker for T-Core and T-Core for Tucker. Hopefully we don't have any names that are similar like that on Big Brother 27. Because I'll just be confused the whole time. Anyways, Matt is evicted 7-2. He leaves the house uneventfully. Okay. So, a little update on competition wins. Angela has 2 power of vetoes. Mackenzie has 1 head of household. Leah has 1 head of household. Quinn has an HOH and a power veto. Rubina has a head of household. T-Core has a power veto. And Tucker has 1 of both. Okay, the alliances are pretty much the same except Chelsea and Lisa are no longer aligned. Okay, we have the head of household competition. Comes down to Angela, Lisa, and Rubina. Lisa finishes 3rd. Rubina finishes 2nd. Angela's the head of household. Okay. This is great. Angela puts up Chelsea and Rubina. Chelsea, I don't like you. Rubina, I dislike you. Chelsea is very upset. Rubina is slightly upset. Okay. Let's see. We have the veto selections. Angela draws Quinn, Chelsea draws Lisa, and Rubina draws Joseph. Comes down to Quinn, Chelsea, and Joseph in the veto competition. Chelsea finishes 3rd. Then Joseph and Quinn wins the Golden Power veto. Chelsea and Rubina state why they should be saved. Chelsea gives a long speech. Rubina says she's a loyal player. Quinn does not use it. He says he won't be upset to see either of them leave. Quinn has a negative relationship with both. Chelsea is too angry to speak, and Rubina is unfazed. Mackenzie holds a house meeting to apologize for her behavior in the house. It is well received. Mackenzie and Rubina bond slightly. The ego of Cam is rubbing the house the wrong way. Okay. We have the eviction voting. It is between Chelsea and Rubina. Chelsea gives a long speech, and Rubina gives another long speech. No. I read that wrong. Chelsea is a loyal player, and Rubina gives a long speech. Okay. We have the vote from Cam first. Cam votes for Rubina. Joseph votes for Chelsea. Leah for Rubina. Lisa for Chelsea. Mackenzie for Chelsea. Quinn for Chelsea. T-Core for Chelsea, and Tucker for Rubina. Okay, it doesn't make sense that Tucker is going to vote for Rubina because they were together, but whatever. Chelsea is evicted 5-3. She gives an explosive speech and storms out of the house. Okay, I think, is that our... Let me see now. Have one more pre-juror, then we have the jury after this next not election. Next eviction. Angela and Joseph are aligned. Angela, Cam, and T-Core are aligned, and they have another alliance with Angela, Cam, Lisa, and T-Core. Okay. So, let's go to the results. Comes down to Leah, Cam, and Tucker. Tucker finishes 3rd. Then Cam and Leah wins the head of household. Leah nominates Mackenzie and Cam. Mackenzie, I don't like you. Cam, I also dislike you. Mackenzie does not want to be nominated but understands, and Cam is a little bit upset, which makes sense. Leah draws Tikor to participate in the veto. Mackenzie draws Joseph, and Cam draws Angela. Alright, we have come down to Angela, Cam, and not Cam. I said Cam twice. Cam, Angela, and Tikor. Okay. Angela finishes third. Tikor finishes second, and Cam wins the power of veto. He's going to save himself. Then Leah's replacement is Quinn. Leah names Quinn as the replacement. Sorry, Quinn, I like you, but we don't talk game. Quinn starts yelling at Leah. Final nominees are Mackenzie and Matt. Or, not Matt. That was a few rounds ago. Mackenzie and Quinn. Honestly, I want to see Mackenzie leave here because Quinn was one of my favorites in the season. But I'd be fine with either, I guess. I don't know. Leah earns extra money for this week's budget. Tucker tells a heartfelt story about why he needs the money. Due to mental stress, Leah isolates herself from the rest of the house, and the pressure gets to Rubina, leading her to an emotional breakdown. Okay. Mackenzie and Quinn face eviction. They give speeches. Mackenzie thanks everyone for making the stay enjoyable, and Quinn gives a casual speech. Angela votes for Quinn. Cam votes for Quinn. Joseph votes for Quinn. Lisa votes for Quinn. Quinn is out. Rubina votes for Quinn. Tikor votes for Mackenzie. And Tucker votes for Mackenzie. Okay. Quinn is sadly evicted, 5-2. He gives an explosive speech and storms out of the house. And I think we have finally made it to the jury. Which consists of Angela, Cam, Joseph, Leah, Lisa, Mackenzie, Rubina, Tikor, and Tucker. So far, Lisa and Joseph are the only ones without competition wins. We have the alliances, they pretty much stay the same. Head of household, it comes down to Cam, Rubina, and Mackenzie. Rubina finishes third. Then Cam and Mackenzie is the head of household. She nominates Tucker and Joseph. Tucker, I don't like you. Also, Joseph, I dislike you. Let's see. Oops, what happened? Okay, sorry about that. Mackenzie has nominated Tucker and Joseph. Tucker, I don't like you. Also, Joseph, I dislike you. Tucker didn't want to be nominated but understands, and Joseph is unfazed. Mackenzie is head of household. Tucker and Joseph as nominees will participate in the veto, along with Tikor, Leah by house guest choice, and Angela. Okay, Joseph finishes last in the competition, then Mackenzie, then Tikor, and then Leah, then Tucker, and Angela wins the Golden Power veto. Angela saves Joseph. Hope she returns the favor if I'm in the spot next week. Angela is in an alliance with Tucker, or Joseph, grief. Tucker wishes Angela decided differently. This is the third time Angela's used the power of veto on someone. Joseph is thankful towards Angela. Alright. The replacement is Leah. Mackenzie names Leah as the replacement. Leah, I do not like you at all. Leah does not mind. Okay. Leah invents a new game. The house is thrilled. Cam breaks down, threatens to quit. The ego of Joseph is rubbing the house the wrong way. Okay. So, we have the voting. Tucker says that Tucker gives a casual speech, and Leah says she's a loyal player. Angela votes for Tucker. Cam votes for Tucker. Joseph votes for Tucker. Lisa votes for Tucker. Rubina votes for Tucker, and Tikor votes for Tucker. He is out unanimously. He's the first member of our jury. Okay. So, let's get to the next head of household. T-Core leaves Alliance 2. The head of household comes down to Angela, Leah, and Rubina. Angela's third. Then Rubina and Leah wins the head of household. She nominates Cam and Mackenzie. Cam, I don't like you at all. Sorry, Mackenzie, I haven't talked any game with you. Excuse me. That is kind of crazy because they've been in the house for 9 weeks together. Haven't talked any game. That's crazy. Anyways, Leah as head of household, Cam and Mackenzie as nominees will participate in the power of veto. Leah draws Houseguest Choice and selects T-Core to participate. Cam draws Rubina to participate, and Mackenzie draws Lisa to participate. Okay. Third place goes to Lisa. And Cam and Mackenzie wants the golden power veto. She saves herself. And the replacement will be Joseph. Sorry, Joseph, I haven't talked any game with you. Joseph gives a sigh and sits down in the replacement chair. A banner flies over the backyard stating Joseph is not to be trusted. Cam and Rubina have a heated argument. Cam opens to Lisa by sharing a personal story. While having a conversation, Mackenzie accidentally makes an inappropriate comment. Okay. Eviction voting. Cam says he's a loyal player. Joseph gives a casual speech. Angela votes for Joseph. Angela is in alliances with both, but is in more with Cam. Lisa votes to evict Joseph as well. She's in alliance with Cam. Mackenzie votes for Joseph. Joseph is out. Rubina votes for Cam. And T-Core votes for Joseph. Okay, Joseph is out. We have our final 7. Angela, Cam, Leah, Lisa, Mackenzie, Rubina, T-Core. Okay. Only one guy is left standing. Alliances. Alliance 2 dissolves. Alright. Head of household comes down to T-Core, Cam, and Angela. Cam finishes third, then Angela, and T-Core wins the head of household. T-Core nominates Mackenzie and Rubina. Mackenzie, sorry I don't like you at all, and Rubina, sorry I haven't talked any game with you. They're both unfazed. T-Core as head of household, Mackenzie and Rubina as nominees will participate in the veto. T-Core draws Houseguest Choice and selects Cam. Mackenzie draws Leah, and Rubina draws Angela. Alright. Third place goes to Rubina, and then T-Core, and Angela wins the veto. Angela decides to use it on Mackenzie. I get along pretty well with Mackenzie, and Rubina wishes she decided differently. T-Core names Leah as a replacement. Sorry, Leah, I haven't talked any game with you. Leah does not mind. Angela and Leah bond. Leah and Angela bond extremely well. Okay, they bond a lot. Leah gives a short speech to get to voting. Rubina thanks everyone for making this day enjoyable. Angela votes for Rubina. Cam votes for Rubina. Lisa votes for Leah. And Mackenzie votes for Leah, leading to a tie. T-Core votes for Rubina. Rubina, you've been evicted from the Big Brother house. Okay. So almost everyone in the house has won at least one competition, except Lisa. It is week 11. Let's see what happens next. Angela, Leah, and Mackenzie are in the final 3 of the head of household competition. Lisa finishes third, or Leah. Mackenzie and Angela wins the head of household. She nominates Mackenzie and Leah. Sorry, Mackenzie, I like you, but we don't talk game. Sorry, Leah, I haven't talked any game with you. I thought they were just great, like, unbreakable. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Okay, everyone's in the veto. It comes down to T-Core, Angela, and Mackenzie. T-Core finishes third. Then Mackenzie and Angela wins the veto. Angela uses the veto on Leah. She has an unbreakable relationship with Leah. That doesn't make sense. Why did she put her up in the first place? I guess as a pawn. Angela names Lisa as her replacement. I apologize, Lisa. We've been working together, but this is a game's decision. Lisa doesn't look too upset. While having a conversation, Leah accidentally makes an inappropriate comment. They give speeches why they should stay. Mackenzie thanks everyone for making the stay enjoyable. Lisa says she's less of a challenge threat than Mackenzie. Cam votes for Mackenzie. Leah votes for Mackenzie. And T-Core votes for Mackenzie. Mackenzie is out unanimously, 3-0. And we have our final five: Angela, Cam, Leah, Lisa, and T-Core. It does look like Angela set up the best to win. Let's see. There's only one alliance right now, which is Angela, Cam, Lisa, and T-Core. Okay. It comes down to Lisa, Leah, and Cam. Cam finishes third. Then Lisa and Leah wins the head of household. I think Angela's definitely safe here. Leah has nominated Cam and Lisa. Cam, I do not like you at all. Sorry, Lisa, I haven't talked in the game with you. Cam is too angry to speak. Lisa doesn't want to be nominated, but understands. We have the veto ceremony, or competition. Comes down to Leah, Angela, and Cam. Leah finishes third. Then Angela and Cam wins the POV. He's going to save himself. And T-Core is put up. So either T-Core or Lisa's going home. Angela finds Cam creepy and tells the other house guests. T-Core faces eviction. Or T-Core and Lisa faces eviction. They give speeches about why they should stay. T-Core doesn't bother to give a speech. And Lisa gives a casual speech. Angela votes for T-Core. And Cam votes for T-Core. T-Core is out. Okay. Final four is Angela, Cam, Leah, and Lisa. Let's see who the second to final head of household is. Third place is Lisa, and Cam, and Angela wins the second to final head of household. She is guaranteed at least final three. And she nominates Lisa and Cam. You are the only house guest I consider to nominate. My target is Cam, and you're just a pawn, Lisa. Okay. Lisa finishes third in the head of household, or power veto. Oh no, this is gonna be a mess. Cam wins the power of veto. The main target of the week. He uses the veto on himself, obviously. Angela has to put up Leah. So it's either Lisa or Leah that goes. Angela flips the mattress on Cam. Lisa and Leah face eviction. They give speeches why they should stay. They both joke. The votes. Cam, his sole vote goes to evict Leah. That is insane. Okay. Final three is Angela, Cam, and Lisa. And they are all in alliance together. Angela wins part 1 of the head of household. And then Cam wins part 2. The final head of household is Angela. And let's see who she evicts. It's probably going to be Cam. If she evicts Cam, she is in alliances with both, but has a stronger relationship with Lisa. Alright. Cam leaves without saying a word. He got third just like he did in real life. That's crazy. Okay, we have the jury questions. Angela, I deserve the win because I played a more loyal game, I had a better strategic game, I performed better on the challenges, I won 9 overall challenges, I was not nominated the entire game, and I did not receive a vote the entire game. That's insane. I deserve to win because I had a better social game. I survived despite being nominated 4 times, and I did not receive a vote the entire game. Okay. Is this going to be another Chelsea and Mackenzie thing? Let's see. Jury votes. Tucker votes for Lisa. Joseph for Angela. Rubina for Lisa. Mackenzie for Lisa. T-Core for Angela. Leah for Angela. Cam for Lisa. 4-3, Lisa wins Big Brother. That's not what I was expecting. Fan favorite comes down to Mackenzie, T-Core, and Tucker. Third place is Mackenzie. Then Tucker and T-Core's fan favorite. Awesome. Alright, let's see. There's the final placement for everyone. Chemo, then Brooklyn, then Cedric, then Kenny, then Matt, then Chelsea, then Quinn, then Tucker, then Joseph, then Rubina, then Mackenzie, then T-Core, then Leah, then Cam, then Angela, and the winner is Lisa, surprisingly. T-Core remained most popular most of the season, so that's cool. And here's all the statistics. Angela had the most competition wins. She had 0 votes against her. Cam was nominated the most. He had only 2 votes against him, though. And Matt had 12 votes against him. Alright. Here is the voting chart for everyone, if you want to see. That's where all the votes went to. I will be doing something like this for Big Brother 27 tomorrow when we get the cast. I'm so excited for the cast tomorrow. And as I said a few days ago, my biggest hope is that we have someone from West Virginia on the season. Because I am West Virginian. There's never been West Virginians on the show. And that's just insane because there's been over 26 seasons, 27 tomorrow. We'll have the cast for 27 tomorrow. So we'll see if there's a West Virginian on the cast. Hopefully there is. I don't have high hopes, but I'm just hanging on a thread, I guess, for that. Also, I want more age diversity, of course. We've had some of the best people on the show be older. We've had Angela, Felicia, Jerry, Rennie, Suri. Did I mention Suri? Yeah, but a lot of the older house guests have been the most entertaining. So I hope we have more age diversity in the season. We'll get the cast tomorrow, probably around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's my guess. That's kind of how it's been the past few seasons. So sadly, I'll be at work when that comes. I get off at 2, so I'll probably be able to make a post around 3 on Facebook. Then I'll do a live stream tomorrow evening, probably around 10 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever. We'll see. Anyways, I will see everyone tomorrow, and I'm excited for the cast. I hope y'all are too. Big Brother 26 is a great season, and I'm sorry I didn't cover it as well as I was supposed to, or said I was going to. I'm not going to try to do like daily videos or streams like I said I was going to for last season, because as y'all saw, that didn't work at all. I just got caught up on other things and pretty much quit. But yeah, I will be doing my DR accounts on the Instagram. I'll have the first DR account probably Thursday, maybe Friday. I'll also be doing polls tomorrow on Instagram when we get the cast. So if y'all want to take part in that, go follow the Instagram. I'll also be making posts about the cast on Instagram and Facebook, and Blue Sky, and probably TikTok as well. Anyways, I hope y'all have an amazing evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully with a new cast. Bye, everyone.